Chapter 15. My blooper video goes viral. My courage impressed no one. I squirmed in my seat as the video played. The Einerjar watched the screens in shocked silence. Then the mumbling and grumbling began, punctuated by bursts of incredulous laughter. Valkyrie vision showed only portions of what had happened. I saw myself on the bridge, facing Surt as he summoned a fiery tornado. The camera zoomed in on me, threatening him with my corroded piece of metal. Then Hearth and Blitz appeared. Blitz hit the black one, with his make way for duckling sign. Hearth's squeaky toy, Arrow, hit me in the butt. Surt punched me. Surt kicked me in the ribs. I puked and squirmed in agony. The video fast-forwarded to me, backing up against the bridge railing. Surt threw his fiery asphalt cannonball. I swung my sword and missed. In the feast hall, thousands of warriors grunted, "Ooh," as a chunk of pavement hit me in the gut. Surt charged, and we both went over the side, grappling as we fell. Just before we hit the water, the video froze and zoomed in. The sword was now sticking out of Surt's gut, but my hands weren't on the grip. They were wrapped around Surt's big neck. An uncomfortable murmur spread through the room. "No," I said, "no, that's not how. Someone edited that. It's like a blooper reel." Sam's face had turned to stone. At the Thane's table, Captain Gunilla smirked. Her cameras, I realized. Her editing. For some reason, Gunilla wanted to disgrace Sam by making me look like an idiot, which, granted, wasn't a difficult task. Helgi set down his goblet. "Semira Albabas. Explain." Sam touched the edge of her scarf. I had a feeling she wanted to pull it over her head and hope the room disappeared. I couldn't blame her. "Magnus Chase died bravely," she said. "He stood alone against Surt." More uneasy murmuring. One of the Thanes stood. "You say that was Surt? A fire Jotun? Certainly. But if you're suggesting it was the Lord of Muspelheim himself?" "I know what I saw, Eric Bloodaxe. This one," Sam gestured at me like I was a prize specimen, "saved many lives on that bridge. The video does not show the whole story. Magnus Chase acted like a hero. He deserves to be among the fallen." Another Thane rose. "He didn't actually die with the sword in his hand." "Lord Otter," Sam's voice sounded strained, "the Thanes have looked past such a technicality before. Whether or not Magnus gripped the sword at the moment of death, he died bravely in combat. That's the spirit of Odin's law." Lord Otter sniffed. "Thank you, Semira Albabas, daughter of Loki, for teaching us the spirit of Odin's law." The tension level in the hall went up about 30 notches. Sam's hand drifted toward her axe. I doubted anyone but me could see how her fingers twitched. Loki. I knew that name. Norse mythology's big villain, born of giants. He was the arch enemy of the gods. If Sam was his daughter, why was she here? How did she become a Valkyrie? I happened to meet Gunilla's eyes. The captain was obviously loving this drama. She could barely suppress a smile. If she was Thor's kid, that explained why she hated Sam. In the old stories, Thor and Loki were always trying to melt each other's faces. The Thanes debated among themselves. Finally, Helgi, the manager, spoke. "Semira, we're not seeing any heroism in the boy's death. We see a dwarf and an elf with toy weapons." "A dwarf and an elf?" I asked. But Helgi ignored me. "We see a fire Jotun who fell off a bridge and took the boy with him. That's an unusual situation. A son of Muspel crossing into Midgard. But it has happened before." "Shoot," muttered a Thane with bushy sideburns. "Y'all should have seen the big old fire Jotun Santa Anna had with him in the Alamo, I tell you." "Yes, thank you, Lord Crockett." Helgi cleared his throat. "As I was saying, we see very little evidence that Magnus Chase was a worthy choice for Valhalla. My lords," Sam spoke slowly and carefully, like she was addressing children, "the video is not accurate." Helgi laughed. "Are you suggesting we shouldn't trust our own eyes?" "I'm suggesting that you hear the story from my point of view. It has always been our tradition to tell of the hero's deeds." Gunilla stood. "Pardon, my lords, but Semira is correct. Perhaps we should let the daughter of Loki speak." The crowd booed and hissed. Someone called, "No, no!" Helgi gestured for silence. "Gunilla, you do your sisterhood credit by defending a fellow Valkyrie, but Loki has always been a master of smooth, honeyed words. Personally, I would rather trust what I see than have it spun for me in some clever explanation. Warriors applauded. Gunilla shrugged like, "Oh well, I tried," and sank back into her chair. "Magnus Chase," Helgi called. "Do you know your parentage?" I counted to 5. My first inclination was to yell, "No, but your dad was apparently a jackass!" "I don't know my father," I admitted. "But look, about that video. Perhaps you have potential we do not recognize," Helgi said. "Perhaps you are a son of Odin or Thor or some other noble war god, and your presence brings us honor. We will seek wisdom from the runes. Unless the Allfather would intercede?" He glanced at the throne, which remained empty. The ravens studied me with dark, hungry eyes. "Very well," Helgi said. "Bring forth the Vala, and—" Between the roots of the tree, where the waterfall hit the dark lake, a massive bubble erupted. Bloop! On the surface of the water stood 3 women, shrouded in white. Except for the crackle of cooking fire and the sound of a waterfall, the hall was silent. Thousands of warriors watched, frozen in amazement, as the 3 white women glided across the floor, heading toward me. "Sam," I whispered. "Sam, what's going on?" Her hand fell from her axe. "The Norms," she said. "The Norms themselves have come to read your fate."